turn me on.
How does it sound for you guys? How does it sound?
There's a grating noise.
Is it my
Oh,
voice?
there it is again. It's gone now.
Oh, is it my
Oh,
voice?
there it is.
That's out of pocket.
Showing off for the new guy.
Yeah, it's working. That's making me feel terrible.
That was the point.
Get him out of here.
All right. Welcome to
This goddamn cast.
This goddamn
cast.
Do you always have to interrupt me? Is that what this
This
is?
goddamn cast.
This goddamn interrupter over here.
Whoa.
It's a good band, Interrupters.
Starting off strong with our guest today.
Our fresh mouth.
Yeah.
Freshman.
Yeah.
Big mouth.
Yeah. Well, I'm Graham.
I'm Dane.
And I'm Jake.
Yeah.
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 Jake's coming on to help us with Dune Part 1.
Big fan, big fan.
Yeah.
But before we get started, I just want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Spotify, and all the other podcast sites. Also, we have Patreon links in the descriptions and whatnot, and Ko-Fi too. If you want to be real stingy and don't want to give us month to month, that's fine too.
And we're okay with that. I don't know why he's being so.
I'm much mad at Gary. Okay,
It's always Gary's fault. God damn Gary.
he
Gary.
gave us a nickel. It costs more. The fee costs more than the donation.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
The transaction fee really ate into those profit margins.
Yeah, it sure did. Sure did.
Sounds like a very fickle gentleman.
Yeah.
He is. He is.
Well, he spends most of his time on a submersible. He's a marine biologist, so.
He doesn't come up very much.
Oh, yeah.
And when he does, he doesn't donate money.
He makes enough.
Yeah.
He's
should.
very outspoken.
Yeah. He's not here to defend himself, so.
That's exactly why I'm talking shit.
If he was here, oh boy, I would not want.
He would murder us
confrontation.
like he killed his wife.
Oh.
Oh, is that what we're
Speculation.
saying? Okay, yeah.
I just assume.
I mean, he is under investigation.
He's like that one rich guy who murdered that journalist on the submarine. That actually happened.
Yeah, that did.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even hear about this, so.
Yeah, she went to interview him on his submarine and then he killed and dismembered her. Yeah.
Because it was
great.
also
Real
a
life horror story.
submarine that he refurbished. Like he made the submarine.
Yeah, that was the point of the news story.
Yeah.
And then
Well, oh, okay.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Which was already insane by itself, and then he murdered her, and it's like I'm gonna do you one better.
As you do. As you do.
they're going to make a movie about me.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Captain Phillips, part 2.
exactly. I am the captain.
I am the journalist now.
Coming in hot with the zingers.
It's good. It's
good.
good. I liked it. Should I leave? Is this now your guys'
get out.
podcast?
You're fired.
No. Yeah.
No, it's gonna be this.
Don't listen to this.
It's gonna be GJ cast.
Yeah.
The GJ.
Just good job cast.
Good job, cast.
Good job.
You did okay. Mediocre.
Yeah. I'm the one that brings all the anger. That's why it's goddamn cast when I'm here.
Damn it.
That's okay. That's okay.
Dude,
He's really angry at God.
Yep. Goddamn.
Dang. That got heavy-handed fast.
Yeah, that's God.
That's
All right, so what are we talking about today?
Well, we're talking about Dune Part 1. Came out a
Speaking
couple
of
weeks ago.
God, Dune is out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is well, people don't know that yet. People who have read the books do.
Yeah.
They don't know that it's out?
Spoiler.
He's making fun of me because I haven't read any of the books. I don't read. Who reads
Oh,
nowadays?
he hasn't read the books.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is I went in cold. I'm the cold.
Okay.
I'm the cold.
So I'm
hearted
very
one.
interested to
God
hear your
damn it.
opinion.
Gotcha. Guys,
Cool.
everything's gonna be on the rails now.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We're gonna
Well,
be
kind of
Yeah.
rickety.
So we'll see. Now I'm interested in your opinion more since you haven't read the books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to
I'm
kind of try and be
excited,
a
yeah.
moderator for that.
Yeah.
That was my secret idea. I told nobody.
Nice.
Well,
yeah.
now it's not a secret, so
Yeah.
now I'm expecting it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be heated now.
Like,
So it's
Dune
gonna
sucks.
be- I don't understand it at all.
Well, let's start off with the first thoughts from you for not reading the books. What'd you think?
Well, not reading. It's pretty dope. You don't have to read. It's really not. The movie. Yes.
Yes.
I was like, what? Where is he going?
I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good. I had a big Lawrence of Arabia feeling for me, where it was like massive expanses and kind of seeing like all the cool visuals that they could do. Which, I mean, I guess if you're reading the book, you have that in your head.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah. I had that feeling too when you brought it up because it was kind of in Lawrence of Arabia. If you haven't seen it, spoiler, he kind of goes native and fights with like the people in that country.
Mm-hmm. And it's also in like the desert.
Yeah. That also helps.
Symbology.
Yeah.
Well, what about you? What are your first?
I'm the moderator.
Okay, sorry, you weren't moderating.
Graham can go first.
No, I want to hear your thoughts. So,
I guess as a book reader, it's about as faithful as you can get, I think.
Yeah.
Like, Dune's a very tough book to adapt. And I feel like they skimmed over some important things, but that's not at the fault. I mean, you have 2.5 hours to really tell this tale, and I think they did an excellent job. And the direction was great, acting was great, and like you were saying, the visual sense, like seeing how you picture it in your head on the screen, it was cool to see. So,
heck yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I also agree. From reading the books, it was like so faithful to the book.
yeah.
And I was like amazed at how well it was done compared to the David Lynch version,
Yeah.
which has its own merits. But this one was just like nailed it.
Yeah.
It did wash over kind of more of the machinations of like the Empire, except for the Empire has betrayed the Atreides, but they didn't. There was like that. Remember that in the book there was like those two other characters.
Yeah.
They were like trying to work their way up. They cut them out, which was fine because they wouldn't really be necessary in this story, I think. So, but yeah, it nailed it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I agree.
And the cinematography is always beautiful.
Oh man, yeah,
So beautiful.
The sense of scale it sold the entire movie.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to be a book reader to enjoy that.
No. Yeah, you don't have to be a learned man.
No,
Learned.
you could be a layman. I'm lame. And I thought it was. I definitely liked the visual aspect of it. I had never seen the old movie either, and I had heard that it was very campy, and very weird.
Yeah.
Very.
I did see one scene where they were like fighting and they had their like suits on,
their
but their
shields.
suits were like just a big cube around them.
It looks like they were in gelatin.
Yeah. Like they were in a gelatinous cube.
Yeah, and they were just like whipped. They're like flying around like it's WWE in the original one.
Yeah.
But this one, it was like the combat was so much better. It's like actually thought out. Yeah, so I agree.
Well, and then what we were talking about too is that one of the coolest parts about the combat was the shield, because when they were able to get through the shield, it turned red, which is it almost like if you're going to kill somebody and then blood spurts out, it's kind of that same aesthetic, but it's just with the shield, so you could tell when they were getting in there and killing them. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. And I think that was that's an interesting part, because when you visualize it in your head, you're like, I don't know how this is supposed to look. So I think they really sold it. You really knew, like, in combat if someone was dying or not.
Yeah, that's true. Because like if
The
they didn't
combat
do
was
that, then
sweet.
you'd be like,
Confused, yeah.
everyone's just like falling over. Why are they tripping? But one thing they didn't really talk about is atomics. They didn't bring that up. That's like a big part in the book is atomics. Like no one can use atomics. It's like against the law. It's like a war crime to use atomic bombs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But and also like shields, if they're shot with like a laser, they become it explode like an atomic bomb.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's quite a defect.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it's like dangerous to use shields. That's
Yeah.
why there's a whole like subplot of Paul's so used to using shields that he has to like learn how to not use them in combat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess that would be kind of hard to like add. That would be like another 2 hours, I feel.
Yeah. With a lot of exposition.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was like no exposition in this movie. At least not like, I'm just thinking of Tenet because that's like the biggest example of
Oh, God.
exposition in the movie.
Opposite. Yeah.
So,
I think that was one of the more curious things about the movie is like they didn't explain like mentats.
no, yeah.
Not really. Like they get the visual sense when his eyes roll back into the
Yeah,
back.
that was really cool. How
Yeah,
they showed
and that was a cool way to do it.
But yeah, I guess like how I explained this to you, I think before what a mentat was before you saw
Kind
it.
of. I tuned it out and I kept thinking of Fallout. So
Mentats.
Mentat. I remember that video game. And then like I do.
With a big iron on his hip.
And then I just didn't listen like I usually do. And then I just look at you derisively, like we talked about last time.
Oh yeah, just like with disdain. You would know you weren't listening.
But yeah, no, like when I was seeing the scene where his eyes rolled back in his head, I assumed it was like something having to do with, was that with the spice or that was with mentats instead?
Well, isn't it? You can correct me if I'm wrong, but they like did away with computers in this world, and
Yeah,
they
that's
put
the
it in.
Utilitarian jihad.
Yeah,
is where they destroyed all thinking machines and outlawed them.
And then they put it in human brains, and that's what mentats are. They can like do computations. So that's why his eyes roll back. He's literally
Yeah.
doing it.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just like being, a
Just
dick,
something he does.
just like this many things.
Doom, 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 doom.
How it's
Sophia,
like,
what are you doing, bro?
anytime someone talks to me, he's like, oh.
I gotta compute something. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
I figured he was just so pretentious that everything anybody says, his eyes roll so much that he's like, they go back. He's like, oh, brother.
Super judgmental. That'd be funny. Yes, yeah. I guess they didn't really explain that in the movie, but going into, I didn't even realize that because I was like, I already know what they are. Huh?
Yeah,
But I was also be another like 30 minutes. I feel like.
exactly.
Yeah, I will say that not having that explained didn't like take away from like what was going on,
That's
at
true,
least,
yeah.
like I don't know if like you guys like you're like, oh, if you would have known this and this, then that would have made this scene make more sense. But for me, it's like I knew what was going on, even though I didn't know exactly what mentats were or what was causing his eyes to go in the back of his head. It's just
Yeah,
with sci-fi and you don't know what's going on specifically, you just take everything with a grain of salt sometimes.
Yeah, pretty much.
especially in this world too.
Yeah, it's so massive.
And I think they kind of glossed over a lot of like the political intrigue that was in the book, but you can't really like doesn't translate well to film. So I can see why they kind of quickened through some of that.
It would if it was like only about that,
Yeah,
like the Manchurian Candidate type thing.
I think the message of Dune is so much more than that, and they definitely decided to focus on the more important stuff. So
Yeah, the political intrigue is like surface stuff.
yeah,
Everything under the surface is like way more insane.
yeah,
As you'll find out in the next, well, not the next part, but the next movie.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like Dune Messiah.
Is that what it's gonna be called?
That's the second book, so it'll be the third movie.
Gotcha.
Hopefully they make it 2-parter too. It's not as long, but I feel like they should.
Yeah, to do it justice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know though. It might turn into like a Hunger Games and Twilight, where they're like, "Oh, we just need to split up this book," and then it becomes like a hollow movie because there's not enough to put in there.
yeah.
That's true. Or The Hobbit.
Jeez, right?
Made 3 movies out of 1 book.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made 3 movies off of 3 books that were all like 700 pages each, and then they're like, "Hey, let's take this book that's like paperback and let's make that into like an entire trilogy of movies." That makes sense.
Yes. Thanks, Peter.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Peter Jackson.
His roommate is named Peter.
Yeah.
As
There is-
well.
yeah. That is a true fact.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah. His other roommate is Gary, and
You know his story.
yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We know about Gary.
He's been very emotional as of late.
God, want to get over it already? Jeez, it was like a month ago. Fuck.
So rude. The funeral already happened. Like, come on.
I know
Now
that's
you're
like
just seeking attention.
Yeah.
you're supposed to bury it there, along with
dude.
your emotions.
It's like loss isn't that hard, Gary. Come on.
I mean, I should know. I haven't lost anybody, so I know about loss.
I lost my keys once.
Dude, you're right.
No.
How long ago was this?
I found him already, but
Oh, you still can't recover.
Still,
from
yeah,
that.
you can't. You
I
don't
have
get over
PTSD.
Yeah.
You don't get over something like that. You know, you just live with it.
Yep. You live with the keys you found.
All right, let's. All right.
Yeah. What else about the books? You know? Am I right?
Dude.
Oh, the
you
worm.
nailed it.
I want to talk about the worms.
Oh yeah.
I thought they did that so well. They didn't ruin it right away. The mystery. And they still didn't really ruin it when they revealed the worm. Mm-hmm. It was so cool.
Yeah. They definitely teased it a couple times before, which I thought was the right choice, and then really sold the scale.
Yeah, it was so cool. I'm so excited to see like the spoilers for people who haven't read the books. Well, you see them at the end of the movie. The Fremen worm riders.
Yeah, they just teased it.
I was like, oh my god, so excited. And they changed how Liet Kynes dies too.
Yeah, they definitely did.
And gender too. Because in the book is the man.
Oh yeah.
But not that matters. It was just it was a big change, and I was like, I thought she did amazing.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that until like I got out of the theater. I was like,
yeah. It doesn't really matter what the gender is, because it's not like they specifically hype on it's like a man. It has to be a man. It has to be a man.
Who is this?
Liet Kynes, the Imperial ecologist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. She was a woman. I do remember that.
Yep.
Indeed.
Yeah, and Dr. Kynes is like a really big part of that first part of the book. So
I mean, it's a big part of the movie.
Yeah.
Till she, spoilers, was a woman. So
Yeah, I can't believe it.
I canceled.
But they didn't say it because like Chani is like her like niece, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they didn't say that in this part. I don't know if they will. It doesn't really matter, but it's kind of just like a cool interconnection to show more how Kynes is already like is like a native.
Yeah.
Went native with the Fremen. And also her was it her like dad?
Yeah.
Was the ecologist before her?
Yep.
And was like knew the future of Dune could become something more than it is.
He was the one who like set in motion we got to get water on this planet, and here's how we're going to do it.
Yeah. And that's like a huge thing throughout the whole, at least the first 4 books.
Mm-hmm.
Is trying to get water.
Is like what kind of like terraforming Dune into a habitable planet.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Because that's a big part of it, right? Where instead of turning it into a habitable planet, they just keep it the way it is because they want the spice. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And those are like the undertones of the book as well. There's a lot of environmentalist stuff. And spice is like a stand-in for oil, kind of.
Yeah.
So we need oil to keep our society going. And without spice, they can't travel through space. And everyone's addicted to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It doesn't help that it's also a consumable item in this in this place that gets you addicted to it. So
Yeah. And it's just like in the air too. So if you stay on Dune, you become addicted regardless.
It's almost like there's no like real world correlation, parallel between like a company that sells a product that's addictive and also harmful, like that. That's not in real life.
It doesn't happen in real life. No.
Yeah, that's not real. So
I'm not picking up what you're putting down.
Sponsored by Marlboro.
Philip Morris, sponsor us.
Canceled.
Canceled.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, I mean, coming at it from not having read the books, I really enjoyed it still. I mean,
what did you feel about all the flashbacks and dream sequences?
I didn't really know what they were or what was going on.
Because I feel like that's going to be the hardest part for like a general audience member to go and be like, what's going on?
Yeah, that's true. That's what. Because look, we knew what was happening.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil
Rub
it.
it in some more, why don't you?
Well, I don't want to spoil it for you, so I can't explain it to you.
Well, that was a lot of the reactions I saw were Zendaya. She was such a big part of the marketing. She's in the movie for 7 minutes.
Yeah, the whole Fremen are barely in the movie. Yeah.
So everyone was a little upset, and I'm like, you just part 1, it's setting up everything.
Yeah, she's a huge part.
Yeah.
If there was that reminds me of Godzilla.
Oh, Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston was
Yeah.
like all over the marketing.
Oh,
and
that's
he
right,
literally was
yeah.
in the movie for like 2 seconds.
Oh man,
He was kind of upset about that too, I think.
Yeah.
So
I forgot all about that movie.
Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's probably for the best.
actually, I like that one better than the other two they made after.
I guess that's
Well,
true.
except for Skull Island, that was pretty good.
Skull Island.
But like King of Monsters and then Kong v Godzilla were terrible.
We have we talked about we have a podcast on them, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
do the whole.
I
whole
agree with
rigmarole.
those sentiments.
Yeah. It could have been like 30 minutes both. Just having the monsters fight and then
Oh yeah,
it's good.
King versus Kong was, or Godzilla versus Kong was
Yeah.
30 minutes. That would have been perfect.
Yeah,
Just
that's
the
all
whole
you
fight
need.
scene in the city. That's it.
All these idiot humans you don't need. So, but we're not here to talk about that.
It's true.
Yeah,
But if we were going to talk about that, what I would say no.
Let's continue on that.
but yeah, the flashbacks are well,
I guess more visions.
Flashbacks.
Yeah.
he doesn't know.
I don't know what's going on.
Those scenes.
Yeah, I'm really excited how they're gonna. I'm so excited because it's just
Yeah.
like it's so much more than just like his little Paul becoming a man. So it's pretty much like the first part of the book. You're like, oh, it's just like your basic run of the mill. Paul's like, ooh, coming of age story.
Yeah.
Then it's like, psych.
I was more surprised they focused so much on the visions without knowing there was going to be a part 2.
That's true. Yeah.
Like if there wasn't a part 2, that'd be the most unfulfilling movie for some people.
They, what the fuck happened?
So I
That is
guess it's good to turn out to be good.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
It'll have payoff.
It will.
And like, yeah. I really want to talk about the ending of this movie and how you thought about it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because you told me offline that you thought it was rushed. Yeah, I thought it did like end really quickly, but I thought it was a good ending point.
No, yeah. I think because that scene happens a lot further in the book.
Yeah, it's like
'Cause they already-
after they meet the Fremen, they go back to the siege.
Yeah.
And then Janice challenges Paul there.
Then they build up that kind of, rivalry.
Yeah. And then because Janice is like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Because it did feel like kind of, I do agree. It was like, there was no motivation for Janice at that point.
They just didn't build their, relationship at all.
Yeah.
They were just kind of like, after they allow him in, he's like, no. And that was it.
That's rude.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
And then the combat scene, I thought, in the book, it's cool because it shows that Paul is trying to study like a hand-on-hand battle without shields.
Yeah.
Because he takes his time to study the movements. But you can't really sell that visually
Yeah.
without like an inner monologue. Oh, this is what he's doing.
Yeah. And then that would just be stupid.
Yeah. So I just thought it was interesting how they did it. It was quick. Like they got to it fast, but it was a good ending point.
Yeah.
I don't see how else you could have ended that part there.
Yeah, they would have to like added another scene at the siege.
Yeah.
And then do it there. But then we just added extra time for no reason.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the ending?
I mean, I thought it was okay. I mean, what I was thinking in my head is that all of those like visions were about like the future or what's coming up. I don't know if that's true or not, but then like kept like saying like he was going to get stabbed. So I thought that Paul was going to die or something, or that Paul was going to get stabbed or something, so I didn't know what was going to happen. And I thought that he wasn't going to kill that guy, but then he did. So I don't know.
Well, it's funny you say that because that was actually a huge part of the book too, because he's like confused at what his visions are telling him. So
Yeah.
he keeps trying to like have new visions to replace like the vision he's having.
Yeah.
Which they didn't really dive into. Which I mean, the payoff is what you saw in the movie. So
Yeah.
But like you saying like you were kind of like confused and stuff. That's how Paul felt. So
yeah,
Oh, there you go.
good filmmaking.
yeah. I mean, they did it. Like
Yeah.
it's about as good as you can get with that stuff because
Yeah.
that stuff's really hard to visualize. So
Yeah. I mean, this had like 800 pages to explain it.
yeah,
So
Well, and also like I can tell that these visions are going to lead to something.
Yeah.
It's not like they're just one-offs. It's like, just some random thing. Like they really harped on him to say, hey, this is important. Pay attention.
yeah.
So I know that something's going to come up in the next movie that says that, hey,
Yeah.
something's about these visions. So
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to. I'm gonna be curious, like how they do that.
Yeah.
So, especially in the second book when they adapt that.
If they do that film, it's going to be interesting to see what path they take or what they choose that sticks and what doesn't.
Yeah,
So
especially like the little like dwarf characters.
yeah,
Yeah.
the weirdest part of that book.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is this guy? Oh, and the face dancers. Excited for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that should be really sweet visual. Get,
I'll be
your
ready.
boner ready, Dane.
oh, it's
2026. It's coming right at.
It's coming right at me.
You'll be coming. I might have ED by then, so
I'm already coming. Just thinking
Yeah.
about
We'll
what
we'll lift up for you. Don't worry.
yeah. I'm just sitting on a dried column of cum.
Just be like, this is for Graham.
just have a little. There it is. It's going.
Yeah. So I am pumped.
Yeah, I am very excited.
Yeah. And I'm so happy it didn't suck.
Yeah.
Because I was worried it was going to suck.
It very well could have sucked.
Yeah. And I didn't have to like fake liking it just because I love Dune so much.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it didn't, it didn't ruin my expectations.
Yeah, that's the thing. I went in with pretty high expectations, and I felt like they were met.
Yeah, they were
Nice.
met and exceeded for me.
I didn't have any expectations.
Yeah.
My
That's why.
expectations
Yeah.
were, I mean, they were pretty high because Graham kept talking about it
Yeah.
incessantly. He just kept like,
I never stopped.
he never
yeah.
stopped. Oh,
All right, welcome back to us.
sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to leave you for so long. But
Oh man.
For the
back
whole
now.
a second.
How could you?
Oh yeah, so we're gonna talk about Duncan, Idaho.
it's true.
I'm interested to hear about this facial hair stuff.
Jason
Quite
Momoa
compelling.
is very prominent facial hair that he's had pretty much his entire career. And then halfway into this movie, he shaves. And it's just very jarring to me. I didn't know who he was. I'm like, who is this? Who is this guy? It's just not the same.
Yeah, he started screaming in the theater.
I did. I got up and I just like left.
What else are you supposed to do, right?
Yeah, right. You know what? How
movie
else are you
sucks.
supposed to?
It's funny you say that you shaved. I didn't notice, but now that I'm thinking back, I am like, yeah, he definitely did.
I could not notice. That's all I noticed. It's like, who is this? Who is this boy?
It's Aquaman.
That's true. It's funny, like well, I was in the military and we can't have beards in the military.
Yeah.
But it's because when we have to wear gas masks and it ruins the seal. So I'm thinking that's why he shaved because of
that
the mask part
Little. Yeah.
That
of
makes
the
sense.
still suit.
I thought it was just like it pulls too much moisture, so that they don't want to. They want to make sure you keep as
Yeah,
much
that's
moisture.
lower implications, man. You guys are doing it.
Yeah.
Science.
That's what we got to do. Well, there's so much science in here that they can't really delve into in a movie.
Yeah.
It's that'd be boring.
Yeah, I think at a certain point you have to just say if you want to know more, you have to read the book. You know?
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of just these big sprawling movies are. You know, even just like even being a Harry Potter fan. You know, it's like if you want to know more, you just gotta read the book.
Gotta dive
Would you like to
in.
know more?
Yes.
Starship Troopers.
Starship
reference.
Trooper reference. Yeah. Would you like to know more?
Oh man.
Great movie. Great
Yeah,
movie.
it is.
That director's Paul Verhoeven. He's coming out with a new movie.
Yeah,
This
I actually
month?
just read
Next month?
something about that.
I don't know anything about it, but anyway,
Good for him.
yeah.
Okay, but I would like to hear your takes on Duncan.
Yeah.
From-
Dunkman, Idaho.
I didn't know
That was a big thing on social media. Everyone's making fun of his name.
Duncan, Idaho.
They're like,
it
it's
is like
such a
weird,
basic
silly
name.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
What do you're not gonna make fun of Paul? Like just Paul?
It's
In the-
10,000 years into the future. And
And
it's
then
like,
Paul.
Paul.
His name's Paul.
Hey, my name's Paul. I'm a little boy.
So is Jason Momoa after he shaved.
There is that.
I will not ever stop thinking about it.
You see, now I can't stop thinking about it.
Just his baby face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder how Lisa Bonet feels about that.
I don't know. She's got enough money not to care.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. She
That's
could,
his spouse.
Is that his spouse?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know, but I
Yeah.
just went with it.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna do too, but then he explained it and then made me feel
Well,
like
because you haven't read the book, so
The Duncan Idaho biography.
yeah.
dang it. Ah. It's like I really picture myself as a Jason Momoa type. Autobiography of Duncan Idaho.
Oh man.
Oh, do you want to talk about the death scene, Duncan, Idaho?
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
dies.
wow, that
He
was-
dies.
Sheesh.
They didn't even give an alert in time. Oh my god.
I like to do it after the fact.
Yeah. That's good.
I actually, I put it in the description of the podcast. It's like after movie podcast.
Yeah. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. All right. Yeah.
Just because like I don't want to keep saying spoiler alert every 5 seconds.
Spoiler,
Like we did in the beginning.
Oh,
Spoiler
God.
alert. Spoiler alert.
We kept saying spoiler just when we were talking about it. Like,
Yeah.
that really makes me feel spoiler alert bad about
It
that.
was like 30 minutes of just spoilers.
Spoiler alert. Dune is great.
I was in Godzilla. It's like, spoiler alert, Godzilla and King Kong fight.
Yeah.
So just so you know.
You're like,
you can't-
son of a bitch.
You ruined the movie. I didn't know what the verses meant.
Yeah. I've never seen that, so I was really confused.
How dare you spoil that?
I thought
for
it
me.
was a romance movie.
How they're gonna make out.
We actually did have a part where they were
Oh yeah.
romancing. Yeah. 'Cause-
Oh,
yeah.
Godzilla's dump truck.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That really pulled me into the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Pulled Kong in somewhere too.
Yeah.
All right. Duncan Idaho's death scene.
It was good.
It was good.
It was a lot more cinematic
Yeah.
than
It's
the book.
fitting.
Yeah,
They did his character more justice.
yeah. Shows that the Atreides are really battle masters. So
Yeah. Yeah, like trained by Duncan Idaho and Gurney Halleck are like two
Yeah.
combat masters.
yeah, they really sold that in this movie.
Yeah.
like when they're on the staircase defending, it's like 5 guys versus
Like
a
a
whole
bunch,
army, and
yeah.
they're really holding them off.
And until the Sardaukar came in the back.
Yeah,
Bastards.
Oh, the scene where they like come in the
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
because what the Atreides army is supposed to be the most trained,
Yeah.
even compared to the Sardaukar and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, because of Duncan and Gurney.
Yeah, so I really thought they sold that well, but then it's just like this overwhelming force taking over.
Yeah, that's why. They couldn't combat that.
Yeah, so I thought,
Yeah. Unfortunately, if you got numbers on your side, nothing you can do.
yeah,
You know.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Duncan's scene was like slightly different in that in the book he like destroys the entrance somehow.
yeah. Well, it's isn't it because he gets shot and his shield blows up?
I don't know if that was the thing,
I can't remember.
I can't either.
Yeah.
but I thought they were gonna do it.
If you read
'cause
the book, you would know.
God damn it!
he got us back.
The book's right over there. I can see it.
But yeah, in this one they had the laser like cutting a hole, and I thought it was gonna happen. They were gonna hit his shield and he was gonna explode, but they didn't explain why that would have happened before.
Yeah.
So
They
it would have been kind of weird.
briefly mention it with the shield wall when they're on
Oh, yeah.
Arrakis.
That's
Just like a very tiny mention, like, yeah, we only have one because it lures sands and it blows up.
Yep.
It's like, oh,
What was that? Nothing. You're fine. Everything's okay.
yeah,
Oh, and shields attract worms
yeah,
because of their rhythmic sound.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's why the
So it's
Fremen
like-
don't wear them.
yeah. And where the city is, it's like a nice and rocky around it, so that's
Yeah.
why it, yeah,
I would hope so.
yeah.
They're not just like
Gotta
there's
rebuild.
worms all over the place.
Got to rebuild it every week. It's
Yeah.
like, God damn it, not again.
Rome wasn't built in a day. Destroyed tomorrow.
They're just like talking, like, "Hey, how's it go?" Shh. There's worms.
It's like
I
you're
hear
walking.
you in there.
It's like you're walking outside. No.
Is
just
anybody in
wanted
there?
Hello. I hear you.
Hear vibrations. Is you in there?
Turn the shield up.
It's a good bit.
That was a good accent. That was good.
We do it a lot, so
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Farts.
yeah. Graham is going to
Opinions?
demonstrate how the worms move. right now on the ground.
That's it.
That's their sound.
That was it. You
That's
just
it.
saw the movie pretty much.
Yeah.
That's great.
Scene.
Yeah.
Denny, hire me for the next movie. I'll be a worm.
You're just doing the worm. Like,
Just in the
I'm like rotoscoped into the film.
background where it's unfocused, you see.
What the fuck is that?
Is that a,
just like cut out like green screen, like flying around.
But really badly.
it's like, is that a worm? No, it's just a drunk Fremen.
Man, his visual effects
Leave
are
him
so
be.
good.
Just leave him out there.
Oh man.
He'll find his way back.
I am interested to hear how you thought they handled the voice. So I
thought
thought
it
that
was
was
so
really
awesome.
cool. Yeah.
So cool.
So bassy.
Yeah.
In the theater at least.
I was like, oh, gave me chills.
Yeah.
And did you understood the voice, right?
Yeah, it like
Capital
controls
B.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, because it like compels them to do stuff.
Yeah, they did it very good visually too.
Yeah.
How like there's like blank time, or
Yeah.
blank spaces in time, and
Yeah.
you just it's like, how dare you use the voice on me?
Yeah, that was
Son
cool.
of a bitch.
Yeah, they really did that stuff well, I thought.
Yeah, because the Bene Gesserit are like huge parts of the whole story as well. They didn't really.
Like Gab Jabbar.
Yep, the Gom Jabbar. That'll. Oh, ooh, I wonder if they're gonna do Aaliyah.
Yeah. Well, her story's tough,
Yeah.
along with Paul's. So
So we'll see.
I'm
We'll see how they
excited.
do that.
I'm excited.
But I wanted to talk about Jessica's character compared to the original movie.
Oh god.
In the original, like she is such like a strong character. And like in the original one, they just made her into this emotional wreck who couldn't do anything for herself. It's so
Oh, really?
obnoxious. Yeah.
Leto, no.
But like in the Dune series, Frank Herbert just loves hot warrior women. He's so horny or something. I don't know. But he loves like fighting women, strong women characters.
Like,
Well,
back in real
Jessica
life?
was
What?
modeled after his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like less emotional than Paul and Leto sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's just like they flipped it because probably of the society's views on women at that time. And so I'm glad they didn't do that this time and ruin it again.
Yeah, because she's a badass in the books.
Yeah, she really is.
She makes like all the Fremen submit in the end scene in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
'Cause they're like, you know the way.
You know the weirding way.
Yeah. The weirding way.
So she has the voice though, right?
Yeah,
Right?
That's
Okay.
the Bene Gesserit technique. And she talked to Paul against the wishes of the Bene Gesserit. Because he knows
Gotcha.
like Bene Gesserit stuff when he's not supposed to. Because Bene
Supposed to
Gesserit
be-
are only women.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
She was supposed to
Okay.
have a daughter, didn't. And now you got
Okay.
the biggest badass in the universe.
The-
Spoiler
the
alert.
hash brown something or other.
That's his. Is that his name?
It's like it's
could've-
called the Quitsach Hatterack or something.
Quizach Hyder.
I like hash brown better.
The hash timer deep
So,
diver.
He's a big important guy.
Yeah. Well, it's like the definition is the only male Bene Gesserit, but like a chosen one kind of.
gotcha. Okay.
Moadib.
And I don't know if they'll go into it with the whole like breeding. They kind of touched on it a little bit with the genetics and the breeding programs that the Bene Gesserit have their hands into.
Yeah. Well, they've been trying to like breed what Paul is, I guess,
Yeah.
but didn't want to do it the way that Jessica did it.
Yeah, because she did it without their permission.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Because it does seem like, like they did mention that, we've been doing this for 1,000 years and, our plans are, generations in the making. So it makes sense. That,
Yeah. Then here comes little old Polly.
Hey, my name's Paul. Do what I say. This is the voice.
that was his original voice, actually, I heard.
Yeah, that's what Timothy went with at first.
They changed it in post.
Yeah. It's like, hey guys, what's up? Hey Zendaya, introduce me to Spider-Man.
I got a voice, guys.
What are you doing here, Mary Jane? This is in New York.
What the fuck? Scene.
That's a
But
good take.
yeah,
Cool. Yeah.
Farts.
There was that. There was one thing that I thought was kind of that I didn't like as much.
how dare you?
This is Dune we're talking about.
Yeah. And as someone who didn't read the books, there were parts where I couldn't hear what they were saying. which obviously is because I didn't read the books, right?
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, it was just like sometimes the music was like so loud I couldn't hear what's going on. It didn't really like take me out of a lot of the scenes.
Maybe that was a theater experience because I didn't have that.
I think because we were too far to the left.
Yeah,
Maybe it just wasn't playing equally.
Yeah.
maybe.
Because I had that same
yeah.
problem with Tenet.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that was
think
the whole problem
I
with
think
Tenet.
everyone had that problem with Tenet, though.
Tenet.
Yeah, you couldn't hear anything in them.
Actually, that's why you didn't understand anything because it was explained, but you couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
all
did you guys
because
read the Tenet book?
Yes. It's called,
I mean,
it's just called exposition.
Yeah. I don't think there was a book. I don't know if there was.
No, there wasn't.
Christopher Nolan.
He probably wrote a book. 'Cause
He
he's
probably
so
did.
detailed.
Yeah, they did after Interstellar, and it added nothing.
Good.
It's great.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah.
Dune, get a load of Dune.
I just duned myself.
Oh man, someone duned my pants.
Someone do my pants.
That's a rough go.
It wasn't me.
All right. Any last words? No, I haven't. Any last thoughts?
The
or
ornithopters
feelings?
looked dope.
Yeah, that was fucking
The
sweet.
dragonfly
Yeah.
looking, that
Oh,
was
yeah,
dope.
those were-
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was sweet.
And the spaceships design.
Yeah, it looked like a big giant whale
Yeah. That was
floating in
sick.
space.
And they didn't introduce the Space Guild navigators yet, which I'm curious.
No,
how they'll do that.
I wonder. I want to know how they visualize them because I have a weird idea in my head.
Well, I saw like a sketch of one, and it was how I visualized, but it was from like not someone involved
Yeah.
with the film. Because the way they did it in David Lynch's was still really cool. But
Yeah.
definitely not how I imagined it.
Yeah,
Because in this universe, there's no aliens; it's only humans.
Oh,
So
Oh, I will say one last thing. The Harkonnens, if that's how you
it's
Pronounce
actually
it?
pronounced Harkonnen.
Harkonnens.
That's Frank Herbert even said that. On
Oh,
an
I
interview.
pronounce Sardaukar and Harkonnen. My bad. I mixed the two.
But they pronounced it Harkonnen in this
Harkonnen.
movie.
Yeah.
it's very derogatory when
They're-
you just said that. So.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to all my fellow Harkonnen viewers. Their like culture and stuff. They showed a little brief snippet
Yeah.
of. That was cool.
That was cool with like the
I was
sacrifices.
so
and stuff.
confused because I don't even remember that stuff in the book. They didn't really talk
Yeah.
about it, but they sold that shit.
Yeah, it was kind
Yeah.
of like
They were creepy.
the Mayan sacrifices.
Yeah.
Right before battles and
Yeah.
harvesting.
And all like the oil healing pools.
Yeah.
Like this is cool.
God, the Baron was so cool. So much better than
What the hell was with him like floating in the air though?
that was a little. That
I
was a
don't
little
get
weird.
No.
that.
well, in what part?
Well, it's like how he like elevates
Well,
like
remember in the book he has those repulsors.
dude, I don't
he's-
remember. I must have forgot all about
Well,
that. I
because
was
he's so
confused.
fat he can't move
Yeah.
himself. That those things that are glowing on his back like move him for himself.
See, I didn't remember that, so
Yeah.
it took me. I was like, wait a second, what is going on?
Yeah, that's how he gets around because he's too fat.
Okay, I totally forgot about that in the book.
Yeah. And the poison gas scene was cool too.
That
Yeah.
was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like that.
Everyone died except for the Baron. Put his shield on.
They
Red
didn't
Bus.
really. I forget his mentat's name. The
Oh,
assassin.
Peter. It's actually Peter.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't see. I thought it was something else.
It's Peter DeVries.
Oh man, that's right. But he had like a bigger part in the book,
Yeah, he did.
and they didn't really even introduce him by name,
No,
or
they
did
didn't.
they?
I
Yeah,
don't think I think they said it like once maybe, but
yeah.
he definitely had a bigger part in the book. I
He
don't.
kind of just died.
Yeah,
Which I mean, he kind of just dies in the book too. So
yeah,
I mean, it gets there.
yeah. Gets the point across. So yeah, I'm excited too. Oh, they didn't explain the doctors, like the conditioning of the Imperial
Yeah,
doctors.
yeah.
like that thing on the forehead of the doctors is show that they're conditioned so they can't betray anyone. That's why it's such a big twist in the book of why Dr. Yue betrays the Atreides.
Oh, wow.
But
How
he-
they broke his conditioning
yeah.
somehow.
Oh,
Well, he still technically doesn't betray them
That's
because
true.
he sets them up
Yeah,
to like take care of the Baron too.
that is true. And he still fights against that.
And his storyline was kind of shortened in the film too,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a lot more exposition heavy, I think. So
Yeah, it is.
they made the
It's
right.
like,
They
like,
made the
oh,
right
and then
call.
his wife, and then blah blah blah. Yeah.
There's a bunch that they didn't discuss too about how everyone like Duncan. I'm forgetting his name. The battle master.
Oh, Gurney Halleck.
Yeah, Gurney. They all don't trust Jessica.
Oh yeah, they
That
don't
wasn't
know.
really mentioned at all in this.
Yeah, because of her Benny Gesserit roots, right?
Yeah.
And like Gurney Halleck's wife was killed by Sardaukar, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And no Balisette.
No, he didn't. That'd be kind of weird. That would not fit with the tone.
It wouldn't, no.
But they did mention it
Yeah.
because he's like, let's train. He's like, let's have a song instead, Gurney.
No.
Yeah. I don't know if you caught on to that. That was the reference because Gurney's like a warrior bard. He can like he plays this instrument called a balisette.
Oh,
He's an 8-string god.
Yeah. And they actually show it in the original movie, but they don't explain why he's just carrying this fucking guitar around. Patrick Stewart's just walking around with a fucking giant instrument. For what reason? Nobody knows.
it's Patrick Stewart, so
Yeah.
he can do what he wants.
He's fine. And he has a weird ass haircut.
Oh my god. I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Yeah. It's it has its moments. Like I really like the technical aspects of the worms and stuff are cool,
Yeah,
but
they-
that's about it.
They definitely did what they could back then, so.
And then they added those voice guns, which were stupid. So dumb.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
They said the killing word. Shut the fuck up.
That's the killing word.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm excited for the next part
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure. Hopefully, I'm still alive.
hopefully.
Hopefully
2023, baby.
The
I
world
mean,
doesn't end.
If I have anything to say about it,
I'll be alive.
up to you.
I think your life is in his hands in this moment.
It is up to
He
you.
who controls the spice.
Controls everything.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, let's give it a rating. Let's.
What's
rate
your
this
guys'
bad boy.
rating scales?
Out of 60 butts. Just kidding. It's out of 10.
Okay. I
Yeah,
thought it'd be like 59. I think due to the ending, I can't give it a perfect score.
Yeah.
So I'm probably 9.5.
I'm just
9.
cutting this part out, by the way. I'm just kidding.
Well, it's a damn good movie.
Yeah.
Denis or however, Denis
Denis Villeneuve. We looked it up.
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve. That's right.
He's my favorite director. Like, I love the guy.
Yeah.
And he really sold this movie. You can tell he cares about the property. And it's a good movie.
Yes.
And I'm excited for part 2.
Me as well.
Watch it. Gary.
In the theater. Both. Whoever's watching the theater. Don't watch it on HBO.
Yeah, Gary.
Sacrilege.
I have a
Talk-
feeling the theater's going to come back by that time.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, like
Well, I've seen movies like exclusively in theaters. Like that's so funny that they have to do that.
yeah,
Remember those things?
But yeah, I'll give it a 9.5 as well because I did feel rushed, but not in like a bad way where it tanks the movie.
You can just tell it's gonna, like, it needed a part 2.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's kind of like the Avengers Infinity stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
that's just a setup for Endgame.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I really loved like they married like the visual effects with the practical effects so well
Yeah,
that you
they
couldn't tell
really
what
did.
was what.
Oh yeah.
Even the worms were like so well crafted that it was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, it looks real.
They actually got a worm that big to come star in this movie.
How did they
yeah,
do
dude,
that?
it is quite the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, one of my favorite visual effects was the way when like the worm goes into the sand and then like the sand like looks like water.
Oh yeah.
That was such a cool effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the music was amazing. But I'll let Dane talk more about that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's a more music boy.
Music was good.
Wow. Excellent.
Flawless.
Yep.
You heard it here first, folks.
Here
Very
first, folks.
succulent review of
Yeah.
the movie.
That's your word. The word of the day. Succulent.
We had a succulent aesthetic.
Yeah, the music was very well done. You could tell that there were specific motifs, especially like the half step chromatic motif that they kept portraying throughout. It kept going through the orchestral parts as well as the singer, and it really flowed really well. And I thought that you don't see that in a lot of you see that in a lot of like big budget movies that you don't really understand that there's a motif there until you go back and think about it. Like
Yeah.
imagine like Lord of the Rings, Like there's the Shire motif, and then there's like the the bad guy motif, like do 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 boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So I'd have to dive deeper into it to see if there's specific motifs for each part, but
Yeah.
I thought that whoever was it Hans Zimmer,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah,
I was going to say,
he
this is
killed
like
it.
new for him. Like,
Yeah.
he hasn't really done themes like that in that style.
That's true.
So,
What's
yeah,
your
that's
rating, though?
Rating. I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
You son of a bitch.
Just because
Justify it now.
I thought it did very well, and I thought it was very good, but like it definitely needs a second part if you
Yeah.
haven't read the book, and I could tell that there was a lot of heart and a lot of like the director really enjoyed the books and wanted to do a faithful adaptation, as opposed to just like, people know Dune, right? Let's just do Dune, huh?
yeah. It's true.
So yeah, that's my rating.
Cool.
Sweet.
All right. Yeah. I agree. It's probably one of the best book adaptations ever. in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it's got to be up there.
Yeah. So that's it for us in our fresh mouth.
Thanks for having me on, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming and speaking
Yeah.
about the book and the movie.
Yeah.
So next week we will be shitting our pants
Yep.
on camera.
That's a
we
lot.
do.
That's a lot of
And
work.
microphone.
Every other one is crazy shitting.
Yep.
Movie shitting. Movie shitting. That's the cycle.
Got to keep it like fresh,
Yeah.
it's,
We'll do a new thing every season 4. What's it gonna be?
yeah, like
Thinking about the pissing is a little better.
Yeah. Or
Bit more
sharding.
efficient.
we're not there yet.
Not Shitting's fine. Pissing no.
It's a little too much for us.
That
all right?
crosses the line.
Okay. And we're gonna end with Graham doing the worm. Goosebye.
Goosebye.
Goodbye.